I do want to state that I am not a suspension expert. I am somewhat mechanical and I read the instructions. This is just how I did it, and I was trying to share that process. Mazba Outdoors here. I recently purchased a 2024 Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro, and I've been going through the setup and a few how-tos. I am now going to share with you how I set up my suspension. I will tell you that right from the dealer, when I got it, I noticed a lot of dive. As I had the road tires on it or the stock tires on it, I did do a lot of road riding, got the first 600 or 700 miles done quickly on the road, a little bit of dirt road, but mostly on the road. And there was just a ton of dive. Didn't like that, wanted to, really address that. Went through, read the manual, watched a few videos about how to set it up for off-road and some road. I'm going to be doing probably 50-50, maybe 60 dirt, 40 on road. So went through and set this up. It's a detailed video in the follow-up, but I did want to highlight, I'm going to include the pages here, the reference to the pages. It's a pretty straightforward setup. Clickers on the front. There is a nut for the preload on the front shocks on each side. Rebound and dampening are the clickers on the top. There's a knob for preload in the rear, and there's a small screw, which larger screwdriver adjusts the rear shock. You can look at these pages here that I'm showing and pick the type of riding you want to do. I did go through, look at what it recommended, looked at my weight, and you see I weighed my bag, added that to it, and tried to make an adjustment for off-road, but a little bit heavier rider and gear. So the exact setup that I used here is specific for me, but wanted to show the process, and then I did include in the video me adjusting each knob, turning each preload, the knobs, etc., just to walk you through it so you could see exactly how it is done. But I will tell you, just reading the directions in these first few pages, you can probably get it done without watching the whole video. But again, I wanted to apply or provide all the detail. I hope this is helpful for any new users. And as always, appreciate a like and a subscription. I've ridden the bike about 700 miles since I've set this up, and I'm very happy both on-road and off-road with how it's set up. Handles better on road, not as much dive. Feel like it holds my weight fine, not bottoming out, and very solid off-road. So happy with the results. All right, so in your manual, owner's handbook, Rally Pro. Here we go. So 152 for the Rally Pro. So these top clicker right here, you can turn by hand. So that is the compression and rebound dampening. Load, spring preload is this black nut, which you can't do by hand. So that's what I'm going to play with today. And then I'm going to set this based on, let's see, solo riding. I don't know, but I've heard numerous times that the bike manufacturers set these bikes up for 180-pound rider. So I am not a 180-pound rider. I am substantially more than that. So just weighing my bags, pretty much my daily bag, I would say. I overpack it because there's room, and I was wondering how much it weighed. So put it on the scale, 19.4 pounds. So solo riding normal, solo riding comfort, solo riding sport firmer, solo riding off-road, broken terrain, rider and luggage, rider and passenger, passenger and luggage. Solo riding off-road max, everything else is minimum. Wow. So that's either preload is either max or minimum as per their recommendations. And off-road, you can see compression is at 18 clicks and rebound at 18 clicks for off-road. And everything else, well, softer is 15. Sport is 3. To change the front preload, rotate this spring preload adjuster clockwise to increase or counterclockwise to decrease. Always count the number of turns forward from the fully counterclockwise position. So you start, you crank it counterclockwise until it stops, and then you pick your setting and you kind of clockwise to increase the number of clicks. So we're going to do that. I'm going to set it to max. I'm going to set it to minimum, see how many dials. I don't know that I'm going to go full max. Adjust it back a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to play with the preload a little bit. But off-road, it's either minimum or maximum. So this has something to do with the rake angle. And if you have it at maximum off-road, you actually tilt it back, right? So you actually are increasing the rake a little bit, which makes it more stable off-road. This bike has a tight rake to make it better on-road. So that is something people talk about, and here's an example of how Triumph admits it and is talking about it in the suspension settings. That's what I'm going to be doing, just showing you the directions. I do skim and read the directions first. I would recommend that. So what I did was I just took my scissors jack that I use for the Husqvarna, still on the kickstand. I just put it at the very front of the bash plate and lifted it just to get the front tire off the ground to free up the suspension. This works, and it's shorter, so it actually will fit in here better. So that's why I'm using a crescent wrench and not, this is not difficult to turn. So if this was difficult to turn, I would not be using this. This was all the way clockwise. Clockwise to increase, or counterclockwise to decrease. Let's check the other one. Full-blown clockwise, so from the factory. Okay, so it's at the softest setting. So that makes sense why it's so bouncy. So I'm going to start increasing it, and for off-road it says to increase it to max. I have the center stand, I have the wrench. I can actually stop and do this on the trail, which I always count the number of clicks back from the full clockwise position. So I have been pushing it hard on the road, and that's when I noticed the brake dive and when you accelerate the pop come up. So again, got to go all the way full clockwise and then come back. And for off-road, it says 18. For sport, it says 3. So fully clockwise position. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I can feel the clicks. 4. Ooh, firmest. 4. The rebound dampening adjuster is located at the top left. So this is rebound dampening, and this is compression. So compression, right side, rebound here. So my rebound was way soft. So that's why it was bouncing up so much. So solo, off-road, smooth, and rider and luggage. We're going to go 8. So we are fully clockwise. We're going to come back 8 clicks. Fully clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, number of clips counterclockwise from the fully clockwise. Clockwise all the way, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would tell you, I don't think you can hear the click on the microphone. It is very soft, but you can definitely feel the click. There's like it easy, then it falls in. So it's really easy to tell where the click is. It says off-road, go to 18, and I don't want it that soft. I'm tempted to do the sportiest, but we'll do the off-road. We'll do a little bit. I would compromise. I'm going with 8. And then off-road was max. On-road was minimum. I did max and turned it back 4. 1 full turn, 4 quarter turns. This one did not click, so it wasn't obvious. but I did 4/4 turns or 1 full turn. So and it was 6 full turns to go all the way. So I went 1/6 of the way. But so that's what I'm trying on the front. I obviously need to ride it and figure it out, but that's what I'm doing there. We'll go back to the rear. All right. Page 156, maintenance and adjustment, rear suspension. So again, a whole nother setup. We have the knob, which is nice and easy, and then we have the little screwdriver slot at the bottom of the shock. So the knob is right here, so that's real easy to get to. And then let's see here, screwdriver slot is right there, right underneath your chain. So also pretty easy to get to. So this is the number of adjusted turns clockwise from the fully counterclockwise position. Off-road broken minimum, rider and luggage maximum, solo riding sports 10, comfort 10, 10, 10, 10. So I'm going to count the number of clicks before I decide if I'm going to go min, max, or 10. So I'm going to put the weight back on the front tire, so the weight's off the back tire. All right, so now I have my back tire free, so the weight is off the back spring. For the preload adjuster, number of adjustment turns clockwise from the fully counterclockwise. I'm going to go fully counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3. I do feel a click here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so 28 clicks to max. We're gonna go 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and all right. So this right here is the rear suspension rebound dampening adjustment. I'll show you this. There's a number 2 there. You can add the number 2 here. Number of adjusted turns counterclockwise from the fully clockwise closed position. So we're going to start by going fully clockwise. And no clicks. All right, so that's it. I'm going to count the number of turns to go fully. The other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 full turns. I'm going to go 1. I'm going to go with the off-road. I know that's 1 counterclockwise. That's it. Suspension is all set up. I am going to have to ride it. This is the best I think it's been set up so far for me and